Good morning. Glad you could tune in. First thing I want to say is I apologize for not getting words of hope out earlier this week. If you've been paying attention, essentially for, my goodness, like 21 months, something like that, maybe coming up on 22 months, we've been putting words of hope out on Tuesday mornings and Thursday mornings. There might have been a rare exception here or there. If you were paying attention this last week, nothing on Tuesday morning and nothing on Thursday morning. But we've got this today, on Friday. The reason why is I was in quarantine. So how many of you like to quarantine? That's what I thought. Not like everybody's favorite thing to do. So let's just talk about some things that we don't like, maybe about this whole season that we're going through. So we have a timeshare down in Cabo San Lucas, and we get to go every other year. And we were supposed to go last year, but we were not able to go. We did get to roll it over to this next year, and I hope to go. Now I got to say this, I've read a lot of biographies over the last 22 months or whatever. I've read a lot during the last 22 months. And I've read about people who suffered all kinds of different things. And nowhere in their chronicling their suffering did I ever hear anybody or read anybody say, and verily, verily, we weren't able to go to our timeshare in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So you can't really rate that way up there. But I will say that about almost 2 weeks ago, we were ready to go up to Lake Geneva after the holidays. Heidi and I like to get away for a couple days. Like the snow up there, and it just snowed, and the lights are still up, and just it's very peaceful. A few restaurants that we like up there, and it's a little tradition that we have, and I like traditions like that. But I wasn't able to go. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to make some chili. I'm gonna stay at home, and I've got everything that I need. I had some really good ground beef that I'd purchased that was in the freezer. The only thing that I was going to need was going to be some diced peppers, red bell peppers, green peppers, and some diced onions. That's all I needed. But I've got this app on my phone. It's kind of amazing if you know what I'm saying. Not actually saying the name of it, but I almost am. Anyway, but I've never used their fresh section before, but you can get all kinds of food. So you get a certain amount and it's free for the delivery. So I order it up and I make the ground beef. I've got that seasoned. I'm cooking, warming up the veggies over here. And the beef is fantastic. You sample it when you're cooking. And the other stuff, not so much. The peppers and the onions, I'm like, oh. And guess the thought of putting bad peppers and bad onions in with good ground beef, it's just like, I just can't do it. Now this was really, and so many people said while we were quarantined that, oh, can we pick up something? I just didn't have it in me to just say, oh yeah, would you go get me some peppers and onions? But Heidi's daughter, Abby, was bringing over some chicken soup, and she was going by Jewel to get some zinc. So she picked it up, and that'll probably be another whole sermon illustration. You don't want to put something good in with something bad. Like, do you plant weeds in your garden? Do you plant weeds? You don't. But that's kind of what it would be like, right? Putting the bad stuff in with the good. But here's the bottom line with all the things that we're going through. It's a real simple thing. But I read something in Philip Yancey's book. It's a brilliant book. It's called Disappointment with God. And it talks a lot about the book of Job. And Job suffered a lot of different things. But here's the deal. One word is temporary. Quarantine was temporary. But so often when you're going through something you don't like, you can't go to Lake Geneva, you can't go to Cabo San Lucas. I realize these are not really big things. When I was staring at this pot of ground beef, I'm like, what am I going to do with this pot of ground beef? And then the miracle happened. I got some good peppers and onions. But I want to suggest to you today that whatever it is that you're going through with the pandemic, with anything else, it's temporary. The Bible tells us that we have an eternal home in heaven, that this life is not going to last forever. And whatever you're suffering through today, it's not forever. I am so glad to be out of quarantine. I'm going to the health club today. It's just great to be out. Whatever you're going through, it's temporary. God bless you. Have a great day.